The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
Good evening, everyone. We will call to order this regular council meeting of February 24th, 2025 to order. Up first, we have some special guests in the crowd tonight, the ECS cheer team. They are here tonight to share their banner for finishing first place in the Best of the West competition. Coach, can you tell us about it?
Absolutely. We were invited to the Best of the West competition. We were invited to the Best of the West competition, which is a competition that we've frequented a lot over the past couple of decades. It took place February 8th in Moose Jaw. We are the Scholastic Intermediate Division. We were up against a total of 5 teams. And this young, very, very, very young team, 50% of my team is brand new, and I have a very small team of 10 this year, went and they did incredibly remarkable. Honestly, they peaked right on that mat. Stunts were perfect. Cheer was perfect. I couldn't have been prouder. And the end result was actually winning. We went in honestly thinking we just wanted to do a nice, clean performance. We did not have an expectation other than that. And to carry off that win and to get the highest scholastic mark in the entire competition was something that was completely unexpected. And it was all due to the fabulous work of this team who was in the gym at 6:45 every morning that week, working hard. We practiced Sundays for 2 hours. It was a long journey, and it's not over yet. Because of our placement, we're off to provincials, which is in Regina, Saturday, March 15th.
Excellent. All good, yeah, we can get up, we can get a picture. The council wants to come back here.
So you guys are in the windows, yes?
They never see me. I'm like, oh, that's it. There you go. Do what you gotta do. Try to get in between the tall one here.
Sneak in like this one.
Come on in.
Oh, yeah.
You're tall. Get in. Dave, you on the chair?
Yeah, I'm on the chair.
Excellent. Everybody's got their pictures. Perfect. Well, thank you for coming into the council.
Thank you for inviting us to council. I know this is cherished sacred territory, so we appreciate being invited in. Thank you again for everything and eating our food.
Yes.
TikTok video.
Thank you for coming in tonight, sharing your banner. All the best in the next competition.
Yeah, we're doing wonderfully. I just know it. Don't forget practice tomorrow morning.
We wish you all the best. Thank you. All right, that was good. Up next, can we have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Councillor Johnson, Councillor Dubowski, all in favor? Carried. Can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held February 10th? Councillor Mouse, Councillor Dubowski, all in favor? Carried. Under original communications, delegations, and petitions, the GFL cart report. I don't really see anything standing out there. Do we have a motion to approve the GFL cart report? Councillor Veroba, Councillor Johnson, any questions, comments? All in favor? Carried. Written reports of committees. We are up the Estevan Board of Police Commission's Q4 quarterly report. Do we have a motion to accept the Q4 report? Councillor Mouse. Councillor Elliott, seconded. Any questions, comments? Councillor Johnson?
Just one comment first. Just one comment, Mayor Cernick. Very good report, easy to read. It's easy to understand. It's nice that it's been shared with this Estevan City Council. I'm just wondering now, will it be shared with the public? Will it be on our website? Will it be somewhere posted so that the community can actually take a look at it? It's easy to read. It's good information.
Excellent. Yes, I do believe it's been on the city website and the police website as well. So,
Oh, okay.
And then it will be part of the open council tonight, so it'll definitely be out in the public after, well, right now it's out there.
Right on.
So, Councillor Mouse?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Cernick. Yeah, I was just going to mention it's always on the police website, for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor of accepting Q4? Carried. Up next, Community Sunrise Community Assets Report. Do we have someone online?
Trying to get this, or having
Okay.
a few technical difficulties.
Let's,
Oh, there's Andrea right there.
oh, excellent.
Hey, Andrea, can you hear us?
I can, Jeff, yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. You might only be able to see me, but that's fine. If you want to do your presentation, council can see you on the screen.
Sure, I'm not really sure how this came to be on your agenda, and I believe you're only seeing the outdoor physical spaces. You're not seeing the rest of the report. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So, Community Futures, we work with, of course, businesses and communities in the whole southeast part of the province. And in January, we held what we call the Community Champions meeting in Carlisle, and that was an in-person event. We had about 40 people from throughout the southeast, and those were, elected officials, municipal employees, business leaders, just people from communities who are champions and passionate about their communities. And really they came together in small groups, and we broke them out. And it was an afternoon of identifying the assets that the region has. So whether that's, let me just bring up the full list, the outdoor spaces, different institutions, different events that are going on, facilities, businesses, the economy and the infrastructure. So kind of a whole list of assets that the whole Southeast has. And the idea is to continue to build on this. So tomorrow morning, actually, we're holding a follow-up to that to discuss sort of the compilation of all this information. And we're just doing that by Zoom. So anybody's willing or certainly invited to and welcome to attend that. But you guys are just looking at the outdoor physical spaces one. I think maybe answer some questions. Does that explain sort of why you're looking at that? I'm not sure how it came to be on your agenda.
No, that's good. Sorry, Councillor Johnson?
Yes, if I could, Mayor Cernick. I think the question did come from a council member that they wanted to see a report of two councillors that went to this function that was hosted in Carlisle. At that time, I just had the pictures of I'm going to call it the working sheets that we had at our tables. And so I decided I'd wait for this tabulated information that we were promised. And here we have it before us here this evening. So now we can go over it and take a look at it. And I thank you for doing that for us, making it easier to look at, because my notes were pretty messy. And there was time weighted on each one of these entries, okay? So we had the table that I was sitting at, for instance. There was only like there was three communities there. So we tried to get in as much as we could. So as council does look at this, you're probably going to say and look at it and say, well, Estevan has this in their community. How come it was missed? Because that's what we got in then in that 15-minute time break between each of those activities.
Yeah, and there was quite a few people from Estevan, so we did sort of split up people, so not everybody, well, you couldn't all be at one table, but I think there was people from Estevan at about 3 different tables. So hopefully that captured it. Do you have the full document, not just the outdoor spaces? Because resend that if you need it.
I think, going back over to Councillor Verova, I mean, you had the question, you wanted to see this information. Do you want more information? Is that what you need?
I'm not sure, Councillor Johnson, because if I was talking about it, it would have been that I was not able to attend that day. And so I believe it was you and Councillor Mouse that went. And yeah, so any information that they can provide would be great. But again, Andrea, if it's not ready to be provided yet, then that's fine too. I think it was more a question as to what actually came out and what's going to come of it moving forward.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just sort of a compilation of what came out of that day from all the people that were in attendance there. And I did a press release afterwards, sort of summarizing it. But again, tomorrow morning will be sort of the next steps to that, and hopefully most or all of the people that took part in that and some others can attend, because really it's open to anybody. That being in January and in person, of course, not everybody was able to attend that had hoped to, but what we're trying to come up with is there some, I guess, desire to build on this and look at working collaboratively within the Southeast to do something that's going to improve or assist the whole region and not just one specific community. So that's sort of the idea. We've got a few ideas just that, based on some of the more common threads that came out of this, but we're kind of waiting to see what the feedback is tomorrow too. So this was sent out to everybody who attended or who registered and wasn't able to attend, and then as well some had reached out afterwards and said I wanted to come and couldn't make it. So we have sent it out to probably 50 some people within the region already, and hopefully we get some of those tomorrow and we get some feedback. So council and anyone else that's on this or at this meeting, certainly please feel free to join us tomorrow morning. And I believe Jacqueline has the Zoom link for tomorrow morning too, so
I will forward it out tonight.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that helps or answers any questions, but
No, it's all good. Any other questions for Andrew? No, Andrew, thank you for attending tonight. It was good, and I'd love to see the collaboration between everybody in Southeast Saskatchewan. So it's out there now, and hopefully it just continues on.
absolutely, and that's that's kind of our mandate is to help promote that. So we're really looking for what can come out of this that we can facilitate and help to make realities. So more feedback will be great.
Well, excellent. Thanks for attending tonight.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Do we need a motion to accept?
Bye.
Do we have a motion to accept the Community Sunrise? Councillor Johnson?
I'll make that motion. Thank you.
Seconded by Councillor Mouse. We had questions, comments, all in favor? Carried. Written reports of, oh no, we're on executive reports now. City Manager, 2025 budget report.
Thank you, Your Worship. So I summarized some of the budget feedback from the open houses that we did, stuff we've collected, as well as the chamber sending out a survey to their individuals for feedback, their companies. So that's kind of summarized in the report with a few items at the end that have come up since the initial proposal had come out. So everything's presented there, so I will try to answer any questions. We do have Joel in here from Finance to be able to answer some questions if there are any that come up.
Okay, first of all, let's go a motion. Do we have a motion to accept the 2025 budget? Councillor Dabowski, we have a seconder and Councillor Elliott. Questions or comments? Councillor Felizer.
Thank you, Your Worship. Looking at the subsequent items since the original budget presentation, do we need to decide item by item if that's something we'd like to add into our budget for this year?
Thank you, Councillor Walliser. Yes, that would be beneficial. There is 2 items there. I know we are going to get some more information on one later tonight, so if we want to make a motion to either table these or add them to the budget as of right now, we can do either of those, and we'll let Council proceed from there.
Okay, of course. And the two, just wait here. Sorry, I got too ahead of myself here. What were the two, yeah, Councilor, or City Manager, please.
Sorry, I can speak to those. So the first item that was identified in our budget was a portion of paving to be done on a walking path in front of the curling rink. This will connect Centennial Park over to the parking lot at the curling rink, and the estimated cost is about $7,500.
Okay, and then the second item,
Did we?
oh, sorry.
Did we want to make a motion on those items?
Councilor Verova?
Yeah.
Motion?
We have a motion on the floor, though, to accept the budget, right?
Yep, it hasn't been voted on.
The only problem is, just to speak to that, Councillor City Clerk, is that I think we have the motion to accept the budget, but we have a few changes to make to it.
So you can do those.
Yeah, can we add that to this original motion then, or you want to accept? Because I guess what we're all questioning is how do we accept a budget now that we're going to change it?
Yes. Thank you, Councilor Verba. So I would recommend there's a motion to accept the report that's presented, and then we will do individual motions. So what's been proposed in this report is the budget without those additions,
Right.
so accept it, and then we can make those motions on the
Okay,
amendments.
so I'll wait till His Worship calls the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a seconder. All in favor? Carried. Now we need a motion for the small portion.
So I will make that motion because, yes, that portion actually would be beneficial to have it paved, so I know exactly. Walked on it, and it's quite mushy when it's wet, so right now it's probably going to be very mush.
Do we have a seconder? Councilor Dubowski? Questions, comments? All in favor? Carried. What's up next then? The Leisure Digital?
Thank you, Your Worship. So we do have an issue with the digital sign out front. Since the initial budget had been presented, we have had a failure there. There was a report discussed with council about options for that moving forward. It is a budget of about $58,000. We were asked to go back to administration. We found about $10,000 in our existing budget. So there would be a budget amendment of $48,000. So it can either be put into this year's budget or any other option that council wishes to review.
Okay, do we have a motion? Councilor Johnson, seconded by Councilor Verova. Questions, comments on it? What's Councilor Verova?
I just want to just stress the importance of that digital display, that since it's been up there, many people use that just to find out what is actually happening at the Affinity Place, at Leisure Services, and the different upcoming events in the community. So I do think it's important, and it can be found in the budget, so I definitely would support this.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Carried. Fire department as well?
Thank you, Your Worship. So just to speak to this, during budget deliberations, there was a discussion about fire inspections and the need to complete those. And in our current system, we have a part-time paid-on-call fire individual doing that on a part-time basis. There was discussion about making that a full-time. I do know there's a report enclosed as it is labor relations, so we would be willing to table that further if council has questions, or if they want to approve right now, we could do either item.
What is the wish of council? Councilor Mouse?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Cernick. I'd like to move that we table that into closed.
Okay. Seconded by Councilor Johnson.
I'd second that, yep.
Questions, comments? Councilor Weiser?
Just to clarify, so the conversation will happen first, and then a decision about adjusting the budget will come back to open for deliberation in front of the community.
Okay. Anybody else? Questions, comments? All in favor? Carried. Up next, engineering, Hillside Park Swimming Pool Construction Tender. That's the page I was on before. Oh, I got it again. I can speak to this. Okay, City Manager.
Thank you, Your Worship. As was discussed at the initial budget items, there was a request to look at a pool replacement at Hillside Park. It is end of life. We have had continued discussions with Public Health that this one, along with some other items in the city, are nearing end of life, and that would be, if we want to keep these facilities, we should be looking at replacing them. So one of the items that was discussed was the pool at Hillside. So we did put out an RFP on the condition that budget was approved, now that we can kind of move forward with that. You do see there was 2 bids, one from Paradise Pools, one from Western Recreation, with Paradise Pools being $504,148.91. This is the same company that installed Churchill, and it's almost exactly the same design that was installed at Churchill last year. So just a recommendation to receive the report and move forward with that project.
Excellent. Do we have a motion? Councillor Dubowski. Motion to accept which bid, right?
Yeah, you need to tell us which bid.
Turn your microphone on. And you made the motion to accept which bid?
Thank you, Your Worship. I would say the one that we've already gone with for Churchill.
Which is Paradise Pools?
Yeah.
Seconded by Councillor Valizer. Questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Paradise Pools it is. Is that all for tonight? Straight to inquiries. Councillor Verobel.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just wanted to say thank you. I meant to say this actually when we were speaking about the budget, but a huge thank you to the community that took the time to come out to the open houses that we held. This was the first time that I can remember that we actually held these types of open houses, and it was well received. The first day was a little bit quieter, but it was also minus 5,500, so a lot of people didn't come out, but the next one was well received, and we had approximately 10 people that came out. They had a lot of great questions. We also had email inquiries, we had phone calls, and so it was really good to hear that and to see that, because all of that is taken into consideration. Also, sidewalks. Right now, with all of the weather that is happening, and we appreciate the plus side of seeing the weather, but what I'm noticing is the sidewalks in front of some people's homes who haven't shoveled, maybe right down to the sidewalk throughout the winter, is now very mushy. So people who are having to walk in this weather, having to go on the street, which is even more sometimes a hindrance for them. And some people have walkers, some people have disability aids that they have to use to walk with, or they have small children. So it would just be appreciated if people would get out and just maybe look at the sidewalk in front of their home and make sure it's cleared. Thank you.
Excellent. Councillor Mouse. Nothing tonight. Councillor Elliott.
Thank you, Worship. We need to keep this as short as possible tonight because I have to go do my sidewalk.
Excellent. Joe Lynn, anything tonight? Josh, anything tonight? Councillor Dubowski.
Thank you, Worship. Just like to parrot what Councillor Verobel said about the budget feedback. There was a lot of, I wasn't able to be at either of them, unfortunately, truck issues, but I read the feedback, and there was a lot of good, very constructive feedback and just opinions about the budget, and I think it was really really good for people to show up and voice their opinion on the budget and get involved with all that stuff. And another thing, along with sidewalks, streets are melting. There's going to be a lot of water on the side of the road, so just simply be respectful of maybe people walking on sidewalks or cars passing by. Just try not to splash people if you can. That's it.
Thank you. Councillor Johnson.
Just one inquiry, and I did send it in earlier, and I sent it to Jeff. Jeff, do you have an update for us on the city on Bannatyne Avenue, please?
Thank you, Councillor Johnson. Yeah, so with the minus 40 to plus 5, that wreaks havoc on ground shifting, so we have had some issues with water break. There has been ones identified at Bannatyne. Unfortunately, as we repair it and pressure back up, they are breaking in different spots. So they are currently still looking at an identified area just east of where the other breaks were. So as that opens up, we will make sure that media releases are sent out, and council will be giving emails as well, email updates. That is a continuing situation. We also have a break at 14th and 4th, so you'll see the roadway has been closed there. That is a larger transmission line, so they're identifying the shutoff there and looking to fix that. That could be, that is a fairly substantial dig, so we will be providing updates as we go along on road closure, how long that is, and council will be kept abreast of that as well.
Thank you, City Manager. Thanks.
Excellent. Councillor Windsor.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a notice to the community that the last Wednesday of February is celebrated across Canada by school children in Pink Shirt Day or Anti-Bullying Day, and that as the kids learn about what kindness looks like and how to stand up to bullies, there's lessons for the adults in the community as well.
Excellent. Thank you. City Manager.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just want to echo Councillor Roba and Councillor Dubowski's. Having feedback is critical and having those discussions. So although something might not change in the budget that you brought up, having clarification of why it's there, why the amount's there, what the agreements are in place is also huge. We did get a lot of feedback on the layout of the budget, the amount of detail. So although something might not have changed this year, that you can definitely expect that there'll be some changes to the presentation next year to be a little more transparent and a little more readable for the public at large. So again, thanks to everybody who's provided that feedback.
Excellent. Thank you. City Clerk. Councillor Roba.
Thank you, Worship. We're going to do this again. Go one more time around the room. So, no, I actually just wanted to also add, when the city manager spoke about the water breaks, I get a lot of negative feedback from people who tell me that the city may not be doing what they need to be doing to get ahead of these water breaks because it seems like they fix one and another one busts, and what are we doing? And it's exactly what the city manager said. When you're fixing a water break, sometimes when you pressure back up, another weak spot hits, and that's why I think we just need to say kudos to the staff that have been out there battling one of those nights in some very, very cold, -52 conditions. And yeah, it's nice out there right now, but it's still pretty wet and cold when they're down there working. So thank you to the city staff and thank you to the citizens for their patience, because again, on Saturday night, I was at supper at a friend's house over in the Hillside area. It's not a boil water advisory, and it's not a lot of fun for people who are having to do that. So we appreciate everybody and their patience with us.
Absolutely. Thank you to all the crews attending the water breaks. As I guess when you go from -5,500 to +5, the ground doesn't like that. So yeah, that's about all I have for tonight. Just a note, yeah, the budget's out there now. It's a SAMA assessment year, to not forget that basically everybody's taxes are going to change a little bit, some way up or down, in or out. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Do we have a motion to move into committee? Councillor Dubowski, seconded by Councillor Elliott. All in favor? We are moving into committee.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today